Thank you very much for watching this video. I just want to tell you a story to illustrate the impact of this type of training on anyone who volunteers or is a friend of someone who's grieving. About 2.5 years ago, my mother-in-law passed away. She lived just about 3 blocks from my office. I got the phone call, went over, visited with my wife, took care of the necessary arrangements. A week later, my wife returned to work. She was a school teacher. Dozens of her friends and fellow associates came up to my wife and offered their condolences, their sympathies, etc. And then they all shared their own death story. And I listened to my wife's narrative that night over dinner. I was interested to see what it was like for her returning back to school. And given the fact that I've got a degree in this area, I was very interested in more of a research position to find out what that was like for her to experience many death stories. When she finished telling me the narrative, she completed the story with the following. She said, "As I was going out to my car in the parking lot, a teacher yelled at me across the parking lot. And she said, 'Oh, Sherry, I am so sorry to hear about your mother. I know just what you're going through. My cat died a couple of months ago.'" And I'll stop the narrative there. I hope you felt what it is my wife felt when she compared her mother's death to her cat. After my wife told me all of the stories, and there were dozens of different people who came up to her, I asked one question. How did you feel when they shared those stories with you? Her response was in one word: empty. You see, grief counseling, or sharing grief for a friend or loved one, has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. Empathy is not the ability to know what someone else is going through your eyes. It's the ability to know what they're going through their eyes, their feelings, their thoughts, their emotions. An effective person dealing with grief knows how to take themselves out of the story and bring the other person in. The first thing to do is to connect with the right side of the brain, the emotions, the story, the context, everything that it means. Don't go into the logical, linear, linguistic aspect of it until you've been able to make that connection. And by the way, the most powerful advice I could give anybody, if they're dealing like at a funeral or the loss of someone, is almost to say nothing except, "I'm here. I care for you. I'm going to be here for you." And then silence is golden. They're going 1,000,000 miles an hour inside their brain, trying to integrate the left and right hemisphere, the upstairs and downstairs brains. They can't connect any of that. They're going everywhere. What you want to do is give them permission to be soothed. Let them feel felt. Let them be heard. Create safe space for them. Safe space meaning you're not bringing you into it. Keep you out of it, and you'll have the highest probability that you'll be able to soothe. They'll feel felt. They'll feel safe. Therefore, you'll get security, or what we call emotional intimacy, which is based on mutual trust and respect. Whether you bring me on or not, the most critical aspect I would share with you as you move forward working with these volunteers is to learn to empathize. Learn to see it through someone else's eyes, not their own. Remove their bias, move into a space of neutrality, and just learn to be interested. Just what's going on with them. I wish you the best of success in this endeavor. Have a great day.